Good morning. Monday morning, May the 18th, Pastor Roddy Chesser with Open Door Family Fellowship. This is Pandemic Preaching. I'm in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 32 this morning. Paul says, "But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. There's a difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and in spirit. But she that is married careth for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that you may attend upon the Lord without distraction." Hey, for a Christian, you need to be thinking about what God's purpose is for your life. And if you're going to marry, then you need to share that purpose with your spouse. And Paul's not saying there's something wrong with marrying, and he's not saying that married couples are somehow second-class Christians to those who are unmarried. He tells us in that same chapter that to be single and celibate is actually a spiritual gift that the Holy Spirit gives to some people. For the vast majority of us, we're going to marry, and we're going to find great joy in marriage, and we're going to be able to serve the Lord as a married couple. Okay, so he says there, I'm speaking this for your profit. What he's saying is he's saying before you marry, I want you to think about these things. I want you to pray about these things. You know, lots of married couples, before they get married, when they're real young, they don't talk about these things. And as a pastor and doing marriage counseling, this is one of the things I always try to get couples to talk about. First of all, make sure the other person loves Jesus. Make sure that they're born again. The Bible says, "Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers." Don't marry an unbeliever knowingly. Don't do that. Number two, make sure that this person is serious about pursuing a relationship with Jesus and pursuing a life of, as Paul says there, a life without distraction in serving Jesus. So, in other words, sit down and talk about, hey, what are you praying about? Which direction is God leading you in your life? And then the two of you need to think about, can we live this life together? I heard somebody say one time, if you're single, run as hard as you can after Jesus. And if while you're doing that, you look over to the side and you find somebody who's keeping up or who's about the same place with you in this race, well then maybe those two, man and woman, could come together and run that race together. And that's a great way to think about that. Number three, make sure that you share your big life goals, dreams, plans with each other. Where do you see yourself? What direction do you see God taking you? Because you're going to need to walk through this life together. And you know what's really awesome in a marriage, a Christian marriage, is when a man and his wife can, without distraction, both please the Lord and each other. And listen to me, I'm telling you because I know it is possible, but it doesn't just happen. It requires a lot of prayer, it requires a lot of work, it requires a lot of communication and compromising with one another, talking with one another, and just loving each other enough to give in and to say you're sorry and to ask for forgiveness when you've done things that were wrong. But this is talking about before you ever get to that place. This is talking about a young couple sitting down, prayerfully considering what God has for them. Listen, I want to encourage you, if you're not married, hey, marriage can be a magnificent, wonderful, awesome friendship, covenant. My wife is my best friend. We serve the Lord together as a team. And it's a blessing. It's one of the greatest blessings in my life. But we both love Jesus. We love each other. We share the same big life goals, and we constantly are making sure that we're staying on track with what God has for us as a couple and as a family. You can do the same thing. I just want to encourage you today. Seek Jesus with all of your heart. And before you make big life decisions, pray, and then do what the Lord tells you to do. God bless you. I hope you have a great day.